So, we got Rienhard, the GOAT, the myth, the legend. We got Echidna, the Witch of Greed, the plotting, scheming, conniving motherfucker. And then we got Emilia, the 114-year-old brain dead chick. Yeah, that's a thing. What's up, everybody? Or expert. This is part 2 of the tier list video. Yeah, we did Ram and Beatrice's last video. We got them on the list. But now it's these 3 turns. I was going to do all 6 in one video, but that was going to be a very long video. So we're just going to split them up, and this is what's happening now. So if you're here, hello, how you doing? We vibing over here. And with that out of the way, you already know how it works. We've been through the last video. If you didn't watch the last video, I recommend you watch the last video if you want me to actually go through the systems of how I will be ranking these characters. But if you don't want to, then hey, stay along. Enjoy me talk shit or hype these characters. And with that out of the way, let's go break them down. So, where do we start? Let's start with explaining what these characters do. Okay, buddy. We're gonna make it quick, make it simple, because we already know what they do. But just in case you don't, for whatever reason, and you live under a rock, or you don't own the units, let's just run it through real quick. Rienhard, red human, really good on the bond team. His kit, a flood card, because he's based off of HP. Okay, you stop. We have a sever card, which is pretty decent, also based off of his HP, which is the first sever card that does that, which is kind of interesting. And then we have his ultimate. I have him 6/6 because it's fucking stupid. But excluding effects applied by unique, which we'll get that in a second, randomly applies 4 of the following effects to the hero for 1 turn, which is damage dealt increase, all stats increase, evade, debuff immunity, or immortality. And since he's 6/6 and you already have 1, you're gonna have all 5 of them. So yeah, that's a little bit of a nice. And standing increases damage equal to 35% of the hero's max HP. So yeah, his ult, pretty good. And his passive, he randomly applies one of those stats that we talked about earlier. Every turn, it changes, which is so fun. I love it. And I figured that was going to be Rienhard. Like, that's what I was saying before he even came out, or before we even knew we were getting Rienhard. Like, if we do get him, he's going to have a passive that alternates his buffs or some shit like that. Because he's utterly broken in the ReZero storyline, so it only makes sense. Stop inviting me. And then his Holy Relic increases the hero's max HP by 6% and increases crit chance by 4% each time he uses a skill. Up to 5 times. Oh, each time allies use skill. Okay, nice. So yeah, after you use 5 skills, his Holy Relic is buffed out. And it's pretty nice. And now we can move on to Echidna. Echidna's kit is pretty good. It's practically Fest or Chad King 2.0, basically. But she has a AoE Sever card, pretty good. An AoE Infect, which is every meta character nowadays. If you don't have an Infect, you're just not competing, basically. Her ultimate increases the damage or base stats of allies by 20%, and unknown race allies damage dealt by 35% for 2 turns. And then it does 400% of her attack. It's an AoE ultimate. So really, you want to run her with unknowns, obviously. But that's kind of her thing, once we get to their passives and stuff like that. Her passive increases unknown stats, or unknown race allies base stats by 5% for each unknown ally on the battlefield for 3 turns, and then after that it increases the hero's attack related stats by 4% for every enemy that took damage from allies' skills. That's why she has 2 AoEs, because she can get her buff, her passive up really fast. So you just AoE 3 times in a turn and her passive is maxed already. It's kind of crazy. The Eternal Holy Relic increases the hero's damage dealt to debuffed enemies by 35%, and she takes 15% less damage from the debuffed enemies, I'm assuming? I'm not entirely sure. Or is it if there's a debuffed enemy on the field in general, she just takes 15% less damage? Yeah, I don't really know how that part works exactly. But we'll find out, I guess. And then we moving on to Emilia. We already know what she does. She's pretty straightforward, and she's been toxic since day 1 of her drop. She has a freeze card, and it becomes a DPS card, not DPS card, a damaging card at rank 2 and 3. She has a dissolve card for ult rushing and shit like that, or ult stopping. Jesus. And then she has Lost Vein Ultimate. I have her 6/6 because she used to be pretty good. And then her passive is if you attack her twice, you're frozen. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Then our Holy Relic, the thing no one understands. It increases the hero's damage dealt to frozen enemies by 100%. Now, people have the most bad feelings about this relic, and it's for good reasons, I guess, but like at the same time, 100% more damage to an enemy is a lot better than 60%. Granted, you're getting 60% per card in your hand, so I guess it's very situational at that point. But like if you have 2 freezes in your hand, I'd rather just freeze the 2 units and then ult. At least you're gonna kill 2 of them guaranteed, because Lost Man's Ultimate's not as good as it used to be. We all know this. It's very much scaled down. But besides that, we'll talk about that when we get there, if we even get there in this video. And now that that's out of the way, let's go play some PvP with all of them. I'm going to use Echidna and Emilia on the same team, and then I'm going to use Rienhard on his own team, obviously, because they don't work all together in the same team, or Rienhard doesn't work with the other 2 on the same team. So let's just go ahead and hop over to PvP. Get this tier list going. So we're going to start with Rienhard using this team. I don't have my Twigo SA6. I'm trying to get to it, but I just don't have a super waiting points. I fucking hate that system with passion. Like, I don't have any time dungeon, so I literally don't have any access to super awakening coins at all. So we're just gonna have to settle for the non-super awakened Twigo in the sub, and just hope that doesn't actually cuck me in CC. But yeah, this is probably his best team. If not using Bond, then maybe like Red Greer more instead of Bond, or Terry, quote unquote. Terry doesn't really help Rienhard per se, but having Terry on the field in general is just very toxic to anyone playing against him. But we're just gonna run this team for now. Yes, see, now we're just gonna run to a lot of these teams. ILCC, that's interesting. Oh, I see, level 95 to death. See, the problem with this team is that you want to ult rush, but I don't really want to do that because I kind of wanted to show off Rienhard, and I'm not here to win. So we're just going to do this. I have evade. Let's target the Arthur while we're here, because he's going to stand up next turn. It just makes the most sense, right? 63k, no crits, and he does have Grace on him. Nice, of course. He has red Tarmio, which is good to know. So now, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, that's about right. They should just literally Bond games in a nutshell, because it's so fun. It's just, I can't even ult rush Rienhard in this game, so let's just ult rush Bond. Because this is the problem with Bond teams, because you just run into this and they just ult rush, and it's not fun at all. You just sit there and now you're just looking retarded. Like, bro, this is so fun. I can't even use Rienhard, because if I don't ult rush Bond this turn, I lose. I might, nah, he's not killing Bond. Nah, that's not enough damage. Ooh, level 2 is still not killing though. And now he's gonna forfeit, because that's just how Bond games go. Oh, you didn't forfeit? Good. I shall ult, attack, because I'm killing with my Bond, because my Bond's 6'6". But like, yeah, the Rienhard games, the Bond games, is just this all day. He's immortal. How cute. I didn't even see. That's annoying. I didn't know. I should have been paying attention. Like, there's no point in me paying attention. No wonder he didn't quit, because he's immortal. Can you get off my screen? Thank you. But yeah, like, this right here is just so exhilarating, bro. You're just here to ult rush, and now we're just like, alright, this is fun. Now what? You have no damage now. Your Arthur's dead. Your Bond buff is gone. This is pretty impressive damage if you ask me. Oh boy, he really thinks he's gonna kill with this ult, doesn't he? Your 1/6 Rienhard gonna kill me, huh? Oh, let's just remove that, do this, and then do this, because evasion only works for one attack, thank God. But like, this is so stupid. I hate Bond matches like this. This is why I didn't really make any Bond videos in general. And now, forfeit please. We're still here. Thank you. I'll play another one. Hopefully I don't go against the bond team now. Okay. Okay, not a bond team. I'll take this. It's an ult rush type team. But he's going first. He can still ult rush me technically. But he doesn't have Merlin in the back, so it's actually not an ult rush team. But he does have Rimuru. I pretty much can kill him quite easily. The end may be a little problem if he has Red Tarmio. Okay, recovery disabled. Fair. I can't do anything with my Arthur. Not Arthur. My Rienhard. We got this type of play going. That's cool. So let's... Let's taunt buff and then AoE with Bond. Just to get bomb cards out of my face. But yeah, the only reason I'm doing the other game mainly is because since I'm doing Echidna and Emilia in the same match, that's gonna be one match and I'll be fine there. So I can ult rush Rienhard, which is nice. I might do that depending on how he plays this, but then again he has DN. He hasn't used any of DN's cards. Okay, he's using one. That's interesting. That's an interesting thing to do. Why would you attack him while he stands? I mean, I guess you're going to free some space. Sure. Oh yeah, he has Rimuru too, so he's really trying to like counter these bond teams. Because I forgot Rimuru's takes buff. He has her ult somehow, which is absurd to me. But he doesn't have her cards. So can I get... He's debuffing me. I can get Rienhard's ult and taunt here. Let's just do this. He has to kill my Arthur to get to Rienhard. He probably can't do that because he doesn't have any stacks for DN. He might be able to kill him though, depending on how he takes this. Okay, he's taunting again. That's a waste of a turn. Oh, he's really... Okay, he's definitely killing if he single targets with Rimuru. Oh, he went for that. Okay. So yeah, now let's go 6-6 ult Rienhard. And then I'm pretty sure we're killing whoever gets ulted here, but since we get more crit chance due to the ult path giving me the stats, I'll use the crit chance card. I could have used Flood, that would have made more sense, but... And they're probably dead here anyway. Yeah. Rienhard ult 6-6 is a problem. Let me guess, Bond in the back because you're weird? You one of those weird cucks? Death Pierce. Yo, you was in 2021, Chi. You gotta reel it back in. I don't know what you're doing using Death Pierce. Oof, that's crazy. But yeah, and that's a little rough estimate of Rienhard's power. We got his ult off. We got a few of his attacks off. So let's switch it over to Echidna and Emilia. So this is going to be a team we're running. We're probably going to get out CC because I'm using my Margaret link on Ludos. Fuck you. We're going to use my Margaret link on Emilia because I want to be in a situation, just this one game somehow, where I can ult with her against buffed enemies. That would be nice. But that probably won't happen, but we'll find out. But yeah, Echidna and Emilia in PvP are pretty good. I would say they're both kind of meta right now because Unknown Team's got like some crazy meta stuff going on for them. But let's just play a game, see what's going to happen. Hopefully it's not a bond team. Otherwise I'll just have to get forfeit on. Okay, it's a bond team. Well, he's going to force it. Unless he has Red Tarmio. He does. He does not. Okay. So let's do this. No dodge food. He does have Holy Relic Arthur though, so I need to watch out for that. But I do have Infect. I think Infect actually cancels his Holy Relic from proccing. I'm not sure. Unless his Holy Relic cleanses debuffs, I don't think it works. Cause I don't have his Holy Relic. I never thought to build it. I forgot we're dealing with Red Easton. But my team is all blue except for Echidna, so I should be fine. Interesting. Okay. See if I can get ult here. Cause I don't think Easton... Does Easton drain ult gauge? I think she does, doesn't she? I don't remember. I have 2 freezes. This is the situation I was waiting for. But I don't remember if she has to... She has an ult drain, doesn't she? She does. Right, she just did it to Echidna. Of course she did. Now I have to deal with your ult? Because I didn't drain you, did I? Did he? Wait, he didn't get Bond's ultimate. Why did you... Oh, he was already dissolved. Okay. Let's do the... Let's do this twice into the ult for Emilia again. I'm really just trying to stall to get this ult off. But he really likes using drains. He only has 2 attacks? Bro, how many drains do you have? Bro, did he just pull like 7 drain cards? Cool, he's pure fun. Okay, he didn't drain this time. Bond's kind of going crazy a little bit, but it's okay. Okay, this is what I'm waiting for the Emilia specifically. I'm going to freeze both Bond and Arthur, and then ult. Just to get that holy relic going. I don't know if I'm going to kill because it's a Bond team, but hopefully damage isn't as bad as you think it is. Imagine I kill Easton and not the other 2, that'd be sad. Bond survived, okay. And he got a golden merge. Of course he did. That's a level 3 attack, isn't it? He can also use this... Okay, well, Echidna's dead. Oh, well, okay, no. I'm dead. My team's getting wiped here. There's no way. Unless he's not 6'6". But even still, Echidna's 100% dead. Emilia survived. I'm proud, I think. That's fucking tough. He doesn't have Twiga Holy Relic. That is so unfortunate. Okay. Let's do this into the freeze of Bond. I don't think I can kill him anymore. Unless I freeze him and he doesn't get healed. That's about all I can really do. I don't have the DPS to actually kill him. I can ult rush Emilia again. Alright, Twigo, chill out. Why Ram of all things? Alright, that's interesting. Just do the move into the stun on Bond. He slump. Okay. Can he kill Emilia? Nah, it's a Twigo. There's no way. No, he froze himself. Nice. Okay, bet. So now I'm going to freeze him and then ult again. Alright, let's see if I kill this time. He doesn't have any HP buff. 400k. Okay. Like, this ult is outdated. I'm like, yeah. Like, I hit 500k on the whole team last round. Or last ult. And the fact that I had to ult twice with Emilia to win is actually kind of sad. I get it's a Bond team and all, but like, bro. That is just unfortunately sad. But alright. Let's get to the drawing board. Alright, so now that we're talking PvP wise. Okay. Rienhard. That's the easiest call of my life. There's no reason for this to be dragged on. He's meta. This man is completely busted. He can make himself immortal, debuff immune, buff his own stats, on top of hitting very hard, and his ultimate is an insta-kill because he has increased stats and damage don't increase. Like, yeah, he's meta. There's no debating. He's obviously the most easiest meta character. I think he might be top 3 meta characters in the game right now, maybe? Because he literally single-handedly revitalized the Bond team. And Bond team, we already know how bad that was back in the day. So, yeah, he is meta, unfortunately. But I love him. I like Rienhard a lot, so I will take it. I will actually use Bond team for the first time in my life. Because I never used Bond. Kind of funny. Like, even look back in my video. I don't think I've ever actually made a Bond video. Outside of his summons, because his summons made me actually kill myself. But, yeah. 3 points, meta, and we move. Now, Echidna, I didn't really get the best showcase for Echidna there. And it's better that way because we all know Echidna is also a really good unit. And you can actually say she's meta. Because, like, even if you look at the top 10 teams on Game With type thing, She's number 3 or 4. I don't remember. Her team is definitely up there. Echidna is an insane unknown race support character. Like, she makes them absurdly OP. So you can give Echidna the meta category as well. So she also gets 3 points. Now when it comes to Emilia though, I mean, okay, listen. Her kit outside of her Holy Relic, right? It was always good. It was always good. The freezes are insane. Her passive to make you freeze yourself if you attack twice is insane. Her ultimate just doesn't do it anymore. The dissolve card is always going to be there in meta somewhere, because ult drain is like one of the second best feature outside of infect. So you can say she's still in meta. Yeah, she is. She never left meta. The Holy Relic just made her a little bit less like threatening, but she doesn't need the Holy Relic, right? Her kit is still absurd, and she is still a very good unit. So she also gets 3 points for PvP, because she can definitely get in that meta. Like, use her, Summer Merlin, and literally Rimuru, you probably would win every game. But now you just replace Rimuru with Echidna, and you would slap the content. Only reason I didn't do as good on that game is because I just wanted to ult with Emilia using her fucking Holy Relic, and it just, honestly, now that I actually used it for the first time, it's just not that good. Yeah, I hit for 500k. I didn't crit a single one of them, which makes sense. They have a high crit resistance. So I mean, I guess if it was any other team but the bot team, I probably would have one-shotted them due to them having an absurd amount of health. So I'll give it a pass. But yeah, meta, they're all in the green. So now we move to Deathmatch. Yes, Deathmatch. Let's get over there. So now that we're in Deathmatch, let's talk about this. So let's start with Emilia, since we're already on the screen anyway. Emilia in Red Demon, since she's a blue unit, she can't compete in Belmoth or Original Demon. So she also gets that free pass type thing. She can clear Red Demon quite easily because it's, you know, Red Demon, the most easiest content in the fucking game. So yeah, she gets the full 3 points for Deathmatch. Yeah, she gets 3 points because she's not really a support character when it comes to Deathmatch. She's more or less a damage dealer, I guess, even though she doesn't have a damaging card. But even if she was like classified as the support type for the Deathmatch, she would still get 3 points because she's not an insane booster that'll let you one-shot the Red Demon. She's meant to like really stall them. You won't, the Red Demon won't attack you if she's on the field. You can just freeze her every turn, and then you just easy clear it. So yeah, Emilia will get the 3 points. That sounds about right. Now, Echidna is a little bit of a different case. She can compete in, or she can participate in Belmoth, but she has 2 range cards, so she can't do nothing at all. She just sits there like a pretty little doll, and you know, you're not even running unknowns in Belmoth, so she's actually useless. So you're gonna have to settle for the next best thing, which is Grey Demon, and that doesn't do anything for her, not really. She's got like Ram Syndrome. She does a lot of damage, but like in Grey Demon specifically, she's not doing crazy numbers. She's almost doing around the same numbers Ram would do. If you saw that video yesterday, like I was explaining how she does damage, but she's not doing crazy one-shot damage. The same thing with Echidna. So in actuality, she almost performs exactly like Ram, but she doesn't classify as a support character in Grey Demon because you have one unknown character. So you're not even going to be proccing her passive that much because you need to attack the character 9 times to proc her passive in Deathmatch since there's only one enemy. And using this team, you clear it in 2 turns. You use 2 Merlin cards and you win. So she's going to have to be registered as a damage type. And when it comes to that, she can do her job pretty okay, I guess. Like if you use your Merlin card, it doesn't kill and she has like maybe 10-20% HP left. Echidna might be able to finish him off, maybe, but you can't debuff him, so her Holy Relic isn't a proc, so you're gonna have to rely on that Sever card. So I mean, like, yeah, Actually, I'll have to give her the 3 points then. Yeah, that makes sense. Because 3 points is being able to clear your hell difficulty of your respective demon. But she's not being registered as a support type at all, in my opinion. So, she gets 3 points for Deathmatch. And now, we move. So, for Rienhard, he can compete in original demon. And he does it okay. He can beat it, like, in the same amount of turns you would beat it on a normal team with Summer DN on it. But he's not doing as much damage as Freyr. But that's not the point. The point is, like, yeah, he can beat original demon hell pretty easily. If the other teammate has a really good Freyr, then you'll be fine. But other than that, yeah, he can beat it. It's not really a contest, so I don't even know why I'm even explaining why he does less damage than Freyr. It's the fact that, can he do it? And the answer is yes. He can be used in Red Demon. This is the team I used. If you're using Gother, you're pretty much set. So, yeah, Red Demon. Woo! Or, no, wait, Original Demon. Woo! Good job, Trayvon. Right, it didn't say the points. Yeah, that's 4 points. No. Yes. Yes, 4 points. Yeah. Okay, now for Knighthood Boss, we're just gonna cram this all into one segment because there's not really that much to think about, right? Rienhard is not that good for... No, let me say that again. Rienhard's not meta for Knighthood Boss because most people would use Bond, yeah. And does Rienhard do Bond's job at Knighthood Boss better? No. No, he just doesn't. Because I don't know how or why, but like even when you look at the rankings, no one uses like Bond is the team for like normal difficulty, and like Bond, you don't see any Rienhards in there. Bond. Yeah, no Rienhards. So we're gonna say he's good for Knighthood Boss. He definitely can clear it just like Bond can, but he's just not meta because he's not getting no high scores like Bond can. So that just means he's good. So he gets 2 points for Knighthood Boss. And with Echidna, she's not really in that same boat. She's probably pretty bad in Knighthood Boss, actually. She's not used, she won't be used in any boss I can think of. I mean, Belgius might be okay to use her. Can I, like, it might be decent to use Echidna on Belgius, but you can't debuff him. You can probably debuff the swords, yeah, but like, eh. So I guess I can give him, or give her a point. Yeah, she can get 1 point for Knighthood Boss. Just like, yeah, okay, yeah, let's do Rienhard and Echidna both get 1 point. And Emilia, she gets 2. She's meta for Belgius. She used to be crazy. It was the Emilia, Lolly Merlin, Ram, and Camilla, I think, was the meta team for this at one point. So yeah, she can get high scores too. So yeah, Emilia's getting 2 points. Rienhard and Echidna are getting 1. So now that we're done with Knighthood, we can move on to Demonic Beasts, right before the little finale. So with Demonic Beast battles, we're gonna go for Echidna first on Bird. Echidna is pretty good. Like, as you can see, I'm on 4-3 currently because I did it a few times and I just haven't beat 4-3 yet because I'm busy. But yeah, this is the team I'm using. I can't. Let me press this. Right, Echidna, Magelda, Melly, and Freyr. Echidna's stats are pretty low because I don't have her UR gear, so just don't worry about that. Even without UR gear, she still hits pretty hard since she buffs her attack like 17 times, and then Magelda's buffing her attack 17 times. Like, it's all just a circle of life. But yeah, in terms of the Bird, like, Echidna does do damage cap sometimes. Her ultimate does come in handy when you're using unknown units, like Freyr and Magelda. They're both unknown. And they can also proc her passive, so yeah. Echidna's actually pretty good. But as a major DPS, not really. So, I say this because she has 2 AoE cards. So, they're not scaling as much as a single target card would, like Magelda's, Melly's, or Freyr's. Even though she has the stats to pull it off, her multiplier on her AoEs just aren't good enough for that to be a thing. She can hit damage cap sometimes, but like, I don't think she can ever, unless that's just because I don't have her completely geared out yet. But Echidna's rank 1s don't hit damage cap that often. Like, you gotta get real lucky or like max passive Magelda to hit damage cap with her AoE on rank 1. So I can honestly say she can get 4 points due to her being like, she kinda gets carried to 4-3, but like, is weird because she's doing damage. It's not like she's like getting completely out DP'd by the other characters, but it's just the fact that she's not doing as much damage. Like, it's weird to explain, but I'm gonna just give it a 4 points. Like I can't explain it in a way that it makes sense. So let's just settle for 4 points and we move. So now that we're done with Echidna, we can go into Rienhard, and he can pretty easily beat Deer, like pretty fucking easily. He's not a replacement for Trader Melly or anything like that, but he can be slapped onto any Deer team or bird team, and he clears it pretty easily. And he can be the major DPS too. Like especially if you have him 6/6 and he's getting his like stat increases, Rienhard goes crazy on bird. So he can actually get the full 5 points, being like a pretty very competent DPS character for bird. But now when it comes to Emilia, she's not doing no damage. She has a freeze that does nothing, it's completely useless. And she has a dissolve that does nothing, it's completely useless. But her ultimate does do damage cap, which is kind of funny due to Miguel, probably. But yeah, her ultimate hits damage cap, and that's her only source of damage. And her other 2 cards are completely useless in this fight in general. And her passive also doesn't work because he's just immune to freeze. So it's kind of unfortunate, but that's not the point of the story. The question is, can she do 4-3, or can she make it to 4-3? And the answer is yes, she can make it to 4-3, but she got carried / like decent support. So I'll give her 3 points for bird. Like, yeah, and that's just lowballing her really. But she gets the 3 points. Not lowballing her, that's actually perfectly fine. She's not doing damage outside of her ult, kind of like Thonar, and she's the hardest content. Yeah, that's about it. Let's just move on to the Deer. Now with Deer, let's start off with Rienhard. Keep it nice and quick. Yes, just yes, he gets 5 points for Deer. He actually obliterates Deer. I get that Jormungandr isn't doing a lot for him, but 60%. No, actually, I just said some bullshit. Jormungandr is making him even more cracked than he should be. So yeah, Rienhard gets the easiest 5 points of his life for Deer, and especially being a red unit, so he's like replacing Freyr. And does he live up to it? Yes, just yes. He's kind of insane. So yeah, 5 points for Rienhard, and now we move on to Echidna. And she can also pretty much clear Deer quite easily. But I can't say she can carry you through Deer. One, because she's a green unit and you want to use Jormungandr, and having just 2 green units on Deer, we all know, is just borderline a crime. But she does damage, but she's not DPSing crazy. On top of, she's also a support character, but she's not being like a very bad support. She's pretty good actually. Because she's actually, you can run a full unknown team and just go stupid on Deer. So I'll give her 4 points for Deer. It's only fair, right, between being the major damage and being a decent support. It just makes sense. That's probably what the number 4 is going to be from now on, like actually. But yeah. And now Emilia. So the problem with Emilia, again, she has a freeze that does nothing in Deer. She has a dissolve card that does nothing in Deer, and her ult is her only source of damage, which does hit damage cap again, but it's not hitting as hard as your traditional blue unit would be for Deer, which is Milim, Escanor, and things like that. And I did use her in Deer, and the answer to our question is she can beat, or she can make it to 4-2. She can technically beat 4-2 without being absolutely useless. But she can't even compete in 4-3. No. Because if you just get shafted way too hard, Emilia is just going to be in the way 9 times out of 10. Not to mention, she only has 1 attack card. Like, she can barely beat 4-2. When I did it, like, barely. It was only because I actually put a lot of her dissolves. And since she only has 1 attack card, it's just not healthy at all. But she can do it. She done it. Her dissolve hits for, like, negative, but it happens. Her ult hits pretty fucking good, though. But, yeah. So we're gonna have to give her 2 points. Yeah, give her 2 points. That's floor 2. She can compete for up to floor 2, I guess. Depending on your RNG in that situation, then yeah, you might be able to do 4-3 if you have the patience for that. Then sure. Or you want to run 2 blue units just to compensate for Emilia. then sure. But yeah. Yeah, she's not touching floor 3. That's just a waste of a character at that point. Even floor 2 is a waste of a character. So, just don't use Emilia. Like, don't. Just don't. And so now we're here. Yes, I made it to floor 3, and my team has full health. I just need to find a way to beat it. But I don't have the artifact set card, but that's besides the point. The point is, we're going to be talking about Rienhard first, and he can go clear floor 3. Insanity. But yeah, I've seen it, people done it. He can clear 4-3 with the team. Just replace, who was it? I think it was Freyr for Rienhard, and you can clear it basically. Just to keep it real short and sweet. We're just gonna get to the points. And now for Echidna, she can beat floor 1. She just can't compete in floor 2 though. She does no damage in floor 2. It's like borderline of crime how much damage she doesn't do. So yeah, she can beat floor 1. That's literally it. So she gets the 1 point for being able to do that at least. And last but not least, Emilia, she can beat floor 1 if you really just save her ults 45 different times to hell. Because it's basically like using Lost Vein to an extent. Just only the ultimate, not the cards. But she can do it. I've done it before. She only can beat floor 1. Now she's not competing at floor 1 on 2 or 3. And she can only do that thanks to, you know, Kona. So she gets the 1 point as well, just for being able to beat floor 1. But she can't do anything after that though. She's just completely useless and null and void. And now that we're done with all the demonic beasts though, now that that's all wrapped up, we got our tallies, let's go and just get to this last selection, which is the miscellaneous category. So like the miscellaneous category, as you all know, is kind of like a little bonus round, if you will. And these consist of 4 different things, and if they excel in any of these 4, they get a point. And starting with Rienhard, we're going to do, you know, the 4. Is he good at farming? No. He has 2 single targets, not happening. Is he good at Tower of Trials? Yes. He is very good at Tower of Trials actually. You can use Rienhard in Tower of Trials if you want to, just saying. Is he good at Final Boss? Don't know yet, but I would say no. Only because I don't know how Archangel Sario's boss fight's gonna work. I don't even know if you can use Rienhard or not, but you might be able to. But I'm gonna just say no for now. He's not good at Final Boss. That's why I'll stick with that. And then, last but not least, out of the 3, is he good at any specific lane in general? That's a no. He doesn't shine outstandingly crazy in any lane, or any specific lane, like some characters do. So, in terms of miscellaneous, Rienhard gets 1 point. And so with Echidna, let's go through hers real quick. Is she good at farming? Yes, she's basically a better king. She has 2 AoEs that are really fucking good. So she's good at farming. Is she good at Tower of Trials? Yes. You can use hers as well as Rienhard, so they're both kind of in that same little boat. And is she good at Final Boss? I would say no, because we don't know that yet. And is she good at a specific lane? No. I mean, I guess you could give her being the only unknown unit that can just absurdly buff the unknown race. Like, that's a lane that only she is good at. So, I mean, honestly, I think I can give it to her. Alright, yeah, I'll give it to her. I'll give her being the only unknown unit that can buff the unknown race the way that she can. I guess, yeah. So, she gets 3 points for miscellaneous. I think she's probably the only character on the tier list that managed to get more than 2. When I'm looking through it, yeah, she is. She's the only character that got more than 2 points in miscellaneous category. Good job, Echidna. So now we move on to Emilia, and going through hers. Farming, no. Tower of Trials, yes. You can use her in those, like the ult level. If you have her 6/6, you can use her. And getting good in a specific lane? No, she's not. Because there's freeze characters out there that can do her job just the same. Granted, if they attack her twice, she does freeze again, but that's not making her excel in that lane because there's other freeze units. So, yeah, she's only gonna get the 1 point for miscellaneous, and that's gonna be that. So now we're done we finally calculated all the resources, or we did all the content, or we talked about the content per se. And now we're going to head over to the tier list and put these units in their rightful place. Follow me. And now that we're here at the tier list, we got all the numbers, we got the characters at the top right there, and we're gonna put them in their rightful spots. So, starting off with Rienhard. This man is pretty insane. Like, he can do anything, he can do everything, and his passive is broken. His ultimate at 6'6" is unstoppable. He's immortal. Like, he's the package deal. And on top of being a package deal, he is just a bundle of fun because you don't know what passive you're gonna get every turn. It's RNG and I love it. That's like the best thing about Rienhard, is that his passive is just very, very unique and it's just so good. But that's besides the point. His scoring overall after all the tallies is 24. That puts him at the same level as Demon Lord Rimuru. And now we gotta, like, they're both at 24 points, being the highest characters on the list. So, is Rimuru better than Rienhard? No. Rienhard is better than Rimuru. For the simple fact that Rimuru removes buffs, his passives are all perma buffs. So Rimuru can't even counter Rienhard. On top of that, Rienhard being a red unit will hit Rimuru a lot harder than Rimuru would hit Rienhard. And in the 1v1 situation, if Rienhard gets immortality, it's over. He smokes Rimuru. So, yeah, Rienhard is now the new king of the tier list. He's at the top of the top with Rimuru and Freyr, which is kind of funny. So now we slide on back down. We got Echidna coming up next. She got a combined score of 19, putting her in S tier with Sariel, Milim, and Rem. And now Sariel ended up with 20 points, Milim with 17, Rem with 19, or Rem with 19. Wait, I'm reading the wrong person. Milim has 20. Yeah, Milim and Sariel has 20. Rem has 19. So does Echidna. So now we're in another situation. Does Echidna win against Rem? In a 1v1 scenario, no. I'm pretty sure Rem can just one-shot her, like turn 1, actually. So, actually, yeah, that's kind of funny. Yeah, it's very situational at that point. And she also has a type advantage over Echidna, so it just, yeah. I think Rem wants that 1v1 scenario. So, yeah, that seems like a pretty good place, apparently. S tier? I expected a little higher, to be honest. But, again, this isn't a PvP tier list. I have to restate this. This is an overall general content tier list. Or, yeah, this is literally calculating all the content in the game and then putting it in your face. So, like, if you wanted to do bird, deer, or wolf, anyone in S plus is viable, basically. And yes, that's true. Freyr, Rimuru, and Rienhard can all be 4-3. So, again, not a PvP tier list, so don't shoot me that Echidna's down here and not top of the echelon. Same thing with, like, Shuna, because, you know, Shuna's a pretty good character. Besides, now we're going to Emilia. Emilia, as a character, she didn't really do as well in all content. She's really like a PvP-oriented character, and I guess knighthood boss. That's pretty much all she can really do. So she ended up with 15 points, putting her in B tier with Red Matrona and Rem. So Red Matrona has 15 points, Rem has 14 points. So now Emilia will be competing with Matrona for who's higher, and in that situation, obviously Emilia wins. She could just perma-freeze him until she gets her ult, and then boom. The taunt's not going to do anything. She can freeze the taunt off. The heal's not going to help. Like, not really. So, yeah. Emilia's going to take that cake. And so, that's going to be that. Let's move on to the spreadsheet. And here we are. The spreadsheet's now done. We got Echidna, Rienhard, Emilia placed. And these are the stats, SSDs, more SSs. Yeah. So basically what this chart is telling you for each character, Rienhard is pretty good in everything, except for like the weird miscellaneous categories. Echidna is pretty good at everything except for like what is this row in the middle? Deathmatch. Yeah, that makes sense. She's good for everything with Deathmatch. And a little bit of Demonic Beast. But she's still viable. And then Emilia is pretty much only good in PvP and knighthood. So yeah, and 3 more characters added to the spreadsheet. Love this. It's a lot of colors. Remember, the link will be in the description if y'all want to see this for yourself in the full view. And yeah, this is a nice little comeback season. We finally got a new tier list and we can do more tier list videos. So tell me who y'all want to see added to the middle list next. Me personally, I'm thinking of getting Small Deanne's Relic and putting her on the list next. Personally. Because I have enough to get 2 Wolf Relics. I just need more stones. So, I don't know. We'll see. But with that out of the way though, I hope y'all had fun. I hope y'all click through the video with your favorite parts and all that good stuff. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.